yambo modiane yiri hune ye de se fata na nyankopon on san Nhyira engo yenso na yentimi ye papa, because papa ni de nyese obi enimu yinim. We all know the good thing and the right thing to do, but as to whether you'll be able to do it is another matter. You might have the knowledge, but to put it into practice is another matter. Ntine nyina no nyankopon yesre se no obetimi ama guidance no ntimi nya hweye de bia no yembo modi ase. We always do the right thing. We always do the right thing, because so be a kwanhwe ya nyankopon ohwe. Someone is watching, so you should always do the needful. Erikai yedibe daily graphic and newspaper and anopo yedi eshase. Also, big push, prioritize local contractors, 490,000 jobs targeted under the infrastructure drive. Road Minister of Road, in this assembly, Eddie Tuja, that's the major leading story on the newspaper Daily Graphic. EMP donates 5 million to Black Stars. Fundraiser mobilizes 11.5 million Ghana cedi. Hey, dollars who? Hey, Mr. Ghana cedi. Me. Daily Graphic front page. First Farmer Service Center starts. Strategic national investment in agriculture begins. President Mahama declares at sword cutting ceremony. We any the newspaper Eddie Etuja. Forest must drive economic transformation. Lands Minister declares at 3 for Life initiative launch. Muma yanko na yankoti edikai story we are your friend is saying Eka equiafo titro. Somebody said the issue of tomatoes has become one issue that is becoming dominant in the headlines of most of the newspapers. Nigina say esi Burkina Faso said there be almost all be factory kakraka pa kasie pa ene processi tomato, and inti because of that say yeah friends saying yeah mama no more omotu kwan ko Burkina Faso ekofa tomato. They say there's no yabani omo say omo babe eto tomato with our money, but we cannot get it. And why is it so difficult that we cannot plant tomatoes in our own country? Ningina no yebeti the omo business or the omo equiafo any omo business in this sector no yebeti omo na yentimi enhu kwan ben na ebe faso etimi ayere ho ayade sefata na ma bibia enko sefata ntino wedi kan mumanti. The president of Vegetable Farmers Association in Ghana, the odi tuja efa sa semi mumanti no na yaba na yasai atu asubio. Okay.
Baraka FM.
My strongest concern is that the ministry will have lost its relevance and will need to be restructured if it is unable to produce tomato for this country within 2 to 3 months. Tomato is not a complicated crop. It's not a crop that requires too much water. It's not something that is new to this country. Indeed, we have been producing a lot of tomatoes in this country over and over the years. And so it's not something that we are going to learn. We have fertile lands, we have irrigation dams, we have farmers are already producing it, and we have thousands of unemployed youth. There's a 24-hour economy. So let that 24-hour economy prove itself by producing tomato 24 hours, or if not for that matter, 2 to 3 months for us. Extensive officers are dotted all over the districts in this country. We have access to improved seeds, access to fertilizer, access to pesticides. Why can't we produce tomato in this country? If I were the Minister of Agriculture, for that matter, the Minister of Agriculture, this is the time for me to justify the relevance of that ministry. The ministry should not just exist to be having meetings and up and down. They need it. For all this while, I would have loved to hear that the Minister of Agriculture has declared a national tomato emergency program. And by declaring a national tomato emergency program, it means that the government of the day, and for that matter the ministry, must work to distribute improved tomato seeds, if not seedlings, nationwide within 2 weeks. Provide subsidized fertilizer and agrochemicals. Indeed, the president is saying that they will distribute fertilizer free to farmers. Why can't they also distribute the same fertilizer free to this tomato?
Yes, Marty the Oka. Ghana as a country. Ghana is more greener than that Burkina. But tomatoes, yentimi, we cannot even produce tomatoes. If you can, then what are we waiting for? And now can also be BI or BBR. The Abanqua say or the mama on the side of government. Na aden na AC ene a Greek minister untimi improvise ejuma na erima ono obetimi aye. How many days, how many weeks will it take us to produce tomato? It has become a national crisis. It's unfortunate and it's pathetic. Way any day on also one other person who is also into export and import on also see there be money common say ban say bia yan in quantity kwana edit to kwa edikwa amano moment on also they also eka
areas which we can start doing something.
Baraka
Some of the areas there's tomatoes growing in those areas, so they need to pay attention to support them wherever it is. Work with the stakeholders, Ghana Irrigation Authority, so that they can able to start putting things in place. Because tomatoes take about over 3 months, so it's not going to be immediately solution. But whatever we have now, we can protect it and be solving the issue gradually to cover the rest of the issue which is coming up. Prices of tomatoes is going to go up. We believe it's going to be a shortage in a major market. Traders also divert their attention to Nigeria and Togo and Benin, trying to bring some tomatoes to safeguard the situation now. But this shouldn't be at the end of what is happening to us. It's a bad news, at the same time a good news. Government have to wake up and work with the stakeholders and researchers and put things together to have a lasting solution.
Yes, omono the omo yene say emerubia no ye benye aduane a bebroso, especially cash crops no omono di kwamano ni ka say we nya dey say ebe din kra mai as a country 3 months is ready, but we cannot produce tomatoes as a country. This is a disgrace. Kwame Nkrumah's country, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Nikrum ene ekan ntin eden esi ekwan tiefo mama enyina yentimi ayire ho na yentimi yede sefata, because tomatoes na yantimi antimi ndua ne dudo, especially in suya etui na yemani kosa, and it is going to be a serious issue. Why? Because the packet and sachet one aye tono nye bia say it is okay. I'm telling you it's not okay. It's not okay. Ukoto those packed ones enye ni nyina na ekwepa o say any tomatoes ni in quantity dia and dia bibi fufuro na efrafra na dia to pack ni ma dia bre nti say ofi say bia that is okay for you dia and the share so fresh tomatoes, you know, that is most important, that we have to try as much as possible to feed the country, to make it available in the country. In the Minister of Agric, we dear any many year and solve this problem, because Burkina Faso, they are now learning their lessons, are establishing a factory that will take care of all the production of their tomato over there. Just say omumba kwano na we di odi kan di kasa sisi kwa de na mi ni adwen o si bia se nya no Burkina dia be hwe Togo ni Nigeria. Just say ye nya adwen kwa se yan kasa ntimi ye de e bedua na atimi nya tomatoes no. Yo, what an issue. Into we need the kind daily guidance was 2 set of twin die in Galamsey pit. Galamsey in sense media. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. Mama Yankorenkoti, honorable friends MP. Yes. Also no ekasa with regards to Galamsey. O si Galamsey party se subetra dia and then ye bibia o see him for no. Yembe kisho say we give them some responsibility and obo otumfo abaso say enche bia na tie say one of the chiefs, you know, he relieved him of his post because he was accused of being involved in Galamsey. No, kasi se Galamsey ne subetra dia enye aban o enye aban eni aban jumayefo titru ahimfo, because wherever you are in control of a particular jurisdiction. Ne ba ne se na si Galamsey nsensemi up till today as we speak. So enter, and it's not even getting better, it's getting worse. Until ono na femu no de we and also if he say ebetimi aboa MP for Afajato South. MP for Afajato South. On Galamsey.
It is mind-boggling and it's inexcusable that Galamsey is going on in certain communities and the chiefs are there. We must appeal to the National House of Chiefs so that special KPIs will be given to these chiefs, that anything that goes on within your jurisdiction, you must be responsible for it. And I commend the Otunfo very well, where at least we have seen him removing some of these chiefs from their throne. We must scale this up to the national level. And indeed, police commanders, service chiefs who are in the various district assemblies, it is their responsibility to make sure that these guys who are destroying our environment are checked. You have no duty to be a police commander if you cannot do this basic.
Yes, you cannot be a police commander. Say this basic ejuma idea. Untimi ensano. Galamsey. Is it as if it's something that is above us? Nature resource deepen stakeholder engagement by mere direct minority. IEA Chamber of Commerce and Industry back ENP the mine acquisition. Let's protect Muslims, Christians harmony. We Mampini's Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We enoka at the Black Star Square at the eve of the France and Eid celebration. Big push target local contractors and also daybreak. We see Macron honors upon prepare with prestigious Commander Award. And also Dame and partners file misconduct petition against police officer. Oil price surge after Trump 48-hour ultimatum. Management lied over patient on floor video. Kwalebu emergency doctors. The Chronicle newspaper see consolidating bank staff steals 1 million Ghana cedi and $139K US from bank. Courts told ENP to invest $1.2 billion in Takwa and Daman. Ghana depends green economy drive with 3 for Life initiative. Honorable Amakufipua, Minister of Lands, also Okasa, Minister of Lands, Okasa. But Ansan Ebekono Hono momenti his former boss, who is Honorable Collins Dauda, also Okasa say, Onukadia Ocean Forestry Quadia. Say because anka say plantation enye the major adianka say adwin enkoso because ebetimi aboa pa intini Honorable Collins Dauda the okay efa the forestry and what we can do in the forests. Mumba share what he said yaba na twaso Honorable Collins Dauda. Okay.
Baraka FM.
All right. I'm say Honorable Collins Dauda. I'm saying enye ready. Intini muma yung tuasubium. Let's continue. All right. The Spider newspaper saying net owners disown illegal light fishing, demand ban on pollinate. Government award 150-kilometer routes contracts worth 10 billion Ghana cedi. Local firm take lead. Petition against Randy Abbey collapses. Efa road. Yes, in my own backyard. Yes, Kwabinya. My MP is also talking. I want to walk the talk. Intunisia kwani disisi I already pa. Eli Kulima Kurugu MP for Kwabinya. Muma Nenkoti on also the Edu Tuja. Efa accountability. Or no, any constituent area and trying to address the issue of poor routes in that particular municipality.
It's my great honor to report that I have successfully called for the construction of the 5.2 kilometer Nama Grand Star Hotel Busuku Road. This marks an important milestone in our collective efforts to improve infrastructure and enhance connectivity within our community. Additionally, rehabilitation of 10-kilometer Taifa True Faith Church Down Area Road is ongoing. The contractor is on site and work is progressing steadily. Mr. Chairman, I am happy to report that rehabilitation of the Virgin 8.2-kilometer Pure Water Road will commence soon. This is the road from Agoba through Old Ashoman to Ashoman Last Stop. To facilitate early completion of the road, the project has been awarded to 6 contractors in the coming days. And in the coming days, I will cut short for commencement of the project.
Yo, we Honorable Eric Plim, Akurugu MP for Domi Kwabenya, Dom Kwabenya, Sano Kano. The Observer newspaper see Dam and partners file misconduct petition against police officer. Minority calls for overhaul of parliamentary training. We Vincent Eko, MP for Old Tafu. Also Okasaye Ewo Parliament. I think Parliament was having a training section to build the capacity of our parliamentarians. You know, Vincent Eko, MP for Old Tafu, we NLD Tuja, and for the issue of capacity building.
Parliament are under intense and unrelenting pressure. The IPU Strategy 2022 to 2026 and Global Parliamentary Report 2022 indicate that while legislative workloads have expanded significantly, structured capacity building for parliamentarians and parliamentary staff remains uneven, under-resourced, and in some cases outdated. The work of legislators has become far more complex. We are tasked to legislate on matters that are evolving faster than our systems can comfortably respond. The pace of change in the 21st century, fueled by technology, globalization, complex governance challenges, and rising citizen expectations, makes one thing abundantly clear. Parliament must not only evolve, but must also continuously learn, adapt, and
we Honorable Vincent Eko, MP for Old Tafu. And also no majority leader, and also no Ekasai Honorable Mahama Yarga. I say yes, it is very, very important, but we should not focus only on MPs. Eka Parliament Jumana and MPs in Kwa. Yes, you're more researchers or more clerks or including media men. Yes, why again central for Eka. Into my inquiry majority leader of Ghana's parliament.
Not become effective merely because they are constitutionally established. They become effective when the people who serve within them, members of parliament, clerks, committee staff, researchers, legal officers, and administrators are equipped with the right knowledge, the right skills, and the right institutional values. That is why capacity development must be regarded not as an optional activity, but as a central pillar of parliamentary strengthening. And let me add that it is not just the skills of those who are within the parliament that should be strengthened. It is the capacity of the entire ecosystem of democracy that relates to parliaments. So you have a media that covers and reports parliament.
We Ghana's majority leader in parliament. Muma Nkodenkote, first deputy speaker. Yes, Honorable Anyagwa. Honestly, Okase Oka in similar vein. Yes, trying to, I think that is after the workshop that was done to build the capacity of our parliamentary staff.
Over the next 2 days, I urge all participants to engage openly, think strategically, and contribute meaningfully to the conversation. Let us use this occasion not only to share experiences, but to build relationships, not only to discuss, challenges, but to co-create solutions, and not only to exchange ideas, but to commit to practical actions that will strengthen our institutions. The quality of parliamentary democracy in our countries depends in no small measure on the capacity of our legislatures to perform.
Yes, we paying for no say the say mimintias bibi obehu biano. You have to put capacity. These are parliamentarians. They have a lot to do to make laws for Ghana. They are still building their capacity. Now, what about you and I? If you are a teacher, you have to build your capacity. If you are a farmer, build capacity. If you are somebody who even sweep on the road, build capacity. Don't remain where you are. Don't be static. Knowledge must be continuous because of the dynamics of our society. And the Vincent I know, Parliament should not continue to do the normal things they usually do because things are changing and people want results. And the Honorable Collins Dauda about our forestry and then the issue of plantation.
We all need to focus. On how we can provide money, enough money for the minister to be able to do tree planting. Let's prioritize tree planting. Let's prioritize plantation development. Because if we have forest, the benefits are enormous, particularly in this area where our youth are looking for jobs. Plantation development can provide a lot of opportunities for our youth. So the Minister of Finance has to be spoken to so that in November, in the budget, they should provide a huge sum of money for the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to embark on plantation.
Yes. You have to provide enough money. No, Minister of Lands, only the one kasemo or say Edwan kwa de washa said that because 2025 my baby Minister of Land Kofi Boa.
Report that against a target of 30 million seedlings in 2025, we successfully distributed and planted over 30 million trees across the country. More importantly, Speaker, this was a people-powered achievement that created over 41,000 green jobs. We salute our over 2,600 forest champions, the over 20,000 farmers under the modified Tunja system, and thousands more in nurseries and the private sector who.
Yes, we Minister of Lands or Kasa about Sasi of forestry and what is happening in his sector. Reverend Odame donate to Nyankumasi Ahinkro Eid al-Fitr celebration. Investment innovation drive Ghana's agriculture future at Nobi Farms. Baumia reportedly broke speaks Eid celebrating cooling off in London. Fifikwete sings hope to Zenato Ajuman Rawlings as reshuffle looms. Hey, are you sure? Where the hint kwa every secretary hono. See reshuffle ba. Yes, na ministers and deputy ministers, na sama ba. The Source newspaper said then fulfill promise to cancel licential exams. Mahama urged. DTI awards scholarship to university student Godfred Dame and the IGP. Dame and partners file misconduct petition against IGP boy. Senior registration scrutinize third parties expert to government. We any day. The Daily Searchlight was said MIIF troubles IGP petitioned Dame and partners file misconduct petition against police officers. State House to host final funeral rite for victims of Tema microlight crash. Financial disciplines under scrutiny as Ghana's education institutions rank among poorest in compliance audits. Yeah. Lawyer Derek Edujemfi authors a seminal book on Ghana's Evidence Acts. Ghana Water Limited calls for collective action on water sustainability as World Water Day 2026 marked. That story can be found on page 5. The Hawk newspaper was saying TOR's big